And then we go to Chrome. Yep. Beautiful. I got the notification immediately. All right. Caden's got to pee as soon as we start. There's only an hour and a half of setup. It's fine.
Go pee.
It's fine.
No,
but
I'm fine.
Thanks for joining us back at the table. That's what we're going to call it from now, I think. Let us know what you think. At the table with David.
Dalton.
Caden.
And that's us. Again, let us know what you think. I think we really dig that one. I think that's probably what we're going to roll with. And so, yeah, moving along, we had a lot of difficulties. We're still having difficulties.
Oh, gosh.
My goodness, guys, this will get smoothed out as we move along.
We're really trying right now. I really hope you
Jesus
guys don't think this is like the normal effort we're going to be giving. We're giving full effort. I 100% promise you that.
We've just, it's just been one thing after another with these. All right, all we need is this. We just need this, and then we're good.
Like what we got?
Right. No. It was like it just felt like it was consistently just we need this one more piece. One more piece.
Most definitely.
And then we'd always end up getting the wrong piece.
Just could not get it figured out. We even had to call in like somebody to help us, set up the mixer just to realize that it was simply the cables we had that were not plugging in all the way. And it's not that they weren't plugging in all the way. We're not that dumb. It's that the way they work.
The adapters.
The adapters are not going to plug in all the way. So we just had to get new ones, which is fine. Here we are. As you can see, I'm sure it sounds a lot better. And if we're loud or too quiet, that is going to be worked on. We kind of just got to the point where we were like, we need to go tonight.
We definitely had to get one back for you guys. We got a weekend delay, and what they were talking about earlier with the helping with the mix. Shout out Chad Earls. Thank you so much for even letting us figure out that was the problem, because otherwise we'd still be sitting here.
Most definitely.
One mic trying to give you guys what we could give you.
And then last week it just was
literally
frustrating
one thing after
across,
the other.
and we just couldn't get it done. So here we are now, moving
along.
along.
1 week.
Yeah.
And then I feel like the quality improvement is
well worth the wait.
Exactly.
Most definitely.
Well worth the wait.
Hoping we're giving you guys a much better quality product, like they were saying. Running individual mics, so at least our audio can sound a little bit more.
Yeah,
close.
I hope it just sounds better, looks better, and then I don't know.
Yeah, and tell us what you think about the new setup, guys. Definitely brand new.
Yeah, because we didn't shoot last week. We didn't have this set up either.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Everything's
definitely
looking different. Exactly.
Yeah, we've had this laid out for since last week. We planned to go live, and
literally had everything like this until we finally got it all set up and started doing this.
It was a real pain in the ass.
Truly.
I get why people just pay people like Adam22
Yeah.
just to come set it up for them.
Oh,
because
most definitely.
it sucks.
I mean, but we did it though.
And the thing is, now when it breaks,
We know how to fix it.
Exactly.
For the most part.
we at least know how to set it all up by ourselves, which is a good thing.
Exactly. And so I think this opens up a lot of opportunities to have more interviews. Or we haven't had any, so I guess I shouldn't say more. But
Have some.
Definitely have some in the future.
That is the plan.
I think that would be really exciting. And
Yeah,
then
man.
Showcase a lot of art just from around the city, a lot of local art that we can have on here. And then I was trying to wear actually local clothing for every podcast, but I honestly ran out. So if you want to send me some, I will wear it on the show.
Give you a shout out.
No doubt, for sure.
Oh yeah, sponsor the podcast with clothing, and it will get worn.
Most definitely.
It really will.
I think it's something we all agree on. We're definitely trying to promote the local people before we even move on to anything greater. It's that's what we are. I mean, we're Tulsa. Plain and simple, we put this together ourselves.
At the table in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, we don't have any LA money to be able to be paying someone $500 to set up.
We actually have a whole camera crew behind us.
Yeah, we have full.
Just got our makeup done.
Our makeup team needs some work. We need to fire those assholes.
Yeah, I'm shining.
That's all right. Everybody is.
This beautiful olive
Yeah,
glow
that's
for
also
you
another
guys.
thing we'll work on is lighting. That's gonna be down the road. Don't get your hopes up
Definitely.
because that's freaking expensive,
Yeah,
dude.
I was gonna say that's probably more expensive than just getting
What we
another
have.
camera
I
or
mean,
something.
we're definitely talking hundreds of dollars for lighting kits.
I don't know.
I mean, we could rig it for sure, but it would be it'd be the
Yeah,
same.
it would
All we
just-
need is this. All we need is this, and then
we just have cords everywhere too.
Yeah, and that'd be cool to kind of set this up as a studio. I think that's something we've definitely thought about, making it a little bit more soundproofed and think.
That'd be sweet.
More just the bouncing, because hardwood floors and no carpet or
a lot of echo.
But
really
we started off here. Got a tablecloth for you guys.
Yeah, good suggestion. Good suggestion, Curtis, I believe. Thank you again
thank you,
when
Curtis.
you tune in. I appreciate it. We didn't go with black.
We don't have black.
This is more us, I think, anyways.
Yeah,
I
most
think
definitely.
this fits our style and kind of.
Still don't know how I feel about it.
That's why we have it.
A lot of feedback where they wanted a backdrop. I really don't know. I still kind of like to have a more intricate backdrop with a lot of different things going on than just a plain black screen or something.
Paige, if you watch this, I'm so sorry I never ever got back to you regarding the color scheme you sent me for the logo. Well, because I sent it to you guys and I don't think it would ever deliver, and so you saw it. Yeah, and then I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
I'll get on that immediately. Thank you even for doing that. Yeah, we got a logo. Weird TV is going away. We're thinking the channel is going to be called DDC TV.
Yes,
moving forward.
The entire channel, yeah.
And then the podcast at the table.
Yes, exactly.
Just at the table.
Because we're going to be having like multiple things for you guys.
Yeah, eventually.
Hopefully,
We want to get solidified one thing.
Oh, for sure.
Before
But we got big dreams is the idea.
Yeah, we do.
I mean,
we
we're
got
interested in doing a lot of things.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, Barrett.
We appreciate
Definitely thank you for the tapestry.
Oh, did he give this to you?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
This is a Barrett Bryan tapestry.
This is a Barrett Bryan. It's sat in his house for
Well, I know we
ages.
have that one over there in the
Yeah,
living
we
room
have two
too.
from
So I didn't even know that. That's funny.
Oh, good. Really glad to hear that. I'm glad that the mics are coming out a lot smoother for you guys and the audio is
Fantastic. That's definitely...
Yeah.
Yeah, the goal is just...
I'm glad that we bought these for a purpose. Sorry.
No, please. You're absolutely...
Like, I'm glad they didn't just end up like sitting and us having to get something else like we've had to do before.
Definitely.
Well, and from here we can just build.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And now we have a full setup that we know how to work, and we can
know that does work for what we're doing.
Exactly. And we knew it worked.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how do we make it work, and that's the hard question that there's no answer to, because there's millions of YouTube videos, which is a good idea. It's finding the videos that have the exact setup that we do is so damn hard.
And we're just also trying to solve the same problem.
Well, especially when they're like, plug it in, it works great.
Exactly.
And we're like, it's all plugged in. Why doesn't it work great? What's wrong?
I'm really happy though that we did have an XLR hanging around the house just to be able to test. Like that way, it was like literally like plug it in. Sound
Instantly.
Yeah, it's really frustrating to spend like literally an hour and a half messing with stuff, and then you switch the cables and it works just fine, and you're like,
it had to have been the adapter. I mean, that could have been the only thing on it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Whatever.
I feel like that has to be.
So I was out buying these today, the extra XLR cords, and the main thing they normally have is XLR to 1/4 inch. And I was like, oh, I could get these. And I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. I know the XLR to XLR works. I'm not going to try it.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to do it.
Why didn't they just send us those, though? Why
Yeah,
did they send us XLR to 8th?
That's what I was saying.
8th inch of
cable
all
size.
things.
So 1/4 inch is like your standard like sound mixing size, just for those who might not know. Whereas 1/8 inch is what you would plug into like your phone or your computer.
Karaoke machine. That's what I was about to say. I literally could imagine they were for karaoke mics.
That's probably makes a lot of sense.
But why would it come with all this though?
Because, I mean, it's just
well, they
sort
sell
of
the mic
stand for them.
individually. This was just like a packaged deal.
Yeah.
In order to, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't know.
And well, the thing is, if it would have plugged right into my computer's mic spot. So that
individually could. They don't plan on us using it for multiple microphones.
Maybe.
They plan on you using it by yourself.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't know.
Who knows?
I feel like we probably could have got a mixer that was capable of having them. Maybe.
Probably, but we got one that's set up and ready for the 4th visitor.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Which 4th visitor, like they were saying, we're definitely looking forward to in the future, of course. I mean, we're still trying to work out the kinks of just a normal podcast for you all. Exactly.
We definitely have to change
the whole setup. We might even move to the living room for it.
Maybe.
That would be cool.
That might be cool for interviews.
Just get a
interview
full
episodes.
setup, and then another thing that's definitely way more down the road, but we're looking forward to some live performances on set.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But we're talking down the road.
I mean, that's scary.
I feel like that would just be easier with like a rapper where it's just like one mic and
Yeah,
a
live
beat.
music.
Yeah,
Definitely
exactly.
see a mixer
Like
as well
a
because
band,
you can actually be
yeah.
sending things through.
But
Oofed. I'm just over here intimidated as hell by the thought.
of having to set all that stuff
Because
up.
of how much trouble we had
Exactly.
getting just 3 microphones to work. Oh man.
But I think with each of us working with it more and more, hopefully in the future, we get a little more comfortable being able to work around things. And that way, whenever we're adding extra things to it, it's going to be more of a, well, I'm pretty sure we can at least get into here.
It'll just be a whole different process.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, but it won't be, I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
Let me check all the settings.
It's definitely intimidating. It's intimidating.
Yeah, it's hard work.
And it takes that's why there's literally a whole career
Exactly.
based around just sound mixing,
Sound
engineer,
yeah.
man. Props to you guys because that's
Hit us up.
feel like please we got some advice because
Let us know what we can fix. I
I
don't know. I feel like I'm just talking to nobody.
yeah, we're not. We're not.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you gotta talk like they're there, and then the people come.
Well,
Maybe someone knows somebody.
Maybe, and send them our way.
Yeah.
well, I mean, let's get into it. We've talked about, once again, apologies for not having one last week. We definitely, at this point in time, now that we're set up, plan on every single Monday
At 7 p.m.
around
Central
7
Time.
p.m.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be having this thing rolling. Now, give us a break. It might be 7:10. Just going to be honest with you, but, shit
Yeah.
happens. We're normal people just like you guys. But every Monday, it will be posted out for you
sure.
all from now on out.
For sure.
Like we were talking about earlier, mishaps earlier. But I've been really having a question on my mind here recently.
What's that?
What's your favorite ice cream?
Ice cream. We're gonna roll with ice cream. I don't know. It's hard for me. No, I know, but it's the hard part is that like it's like with music. It's like there's so much and it depends on the mood. I feel like.
We'll even start it this way. You get 3 to start off with, and by the end of our discussion, we have to get down to 1. So you get to get.
I don't even need 3.
Your 3.
Oh, somebody's confident over here.
Well,
I
That's
know
the
what
first
ice cream
in
I
Pepper.
like.
Well, just confidence.
I will give David some time. 'Cause clearly, he's with me, and I'm thinking.
Bam.
Caden, give us yours.
I think mine are cookies and cream or strawberry.
Okay, we got cookies and cream and strawberry. Dave, what do you feel whenever you come to ice cream?
The hardest part for me is it's like I said, it's all about mood, and so I'm stuck between Rocky
That's
Road,
so weird to me.
Okay.
strawberry
I've never heard that.
ice cream, and mint chocolate chip.
Okay, fully.
Those are the 3 that I feel like I go to with. If we're talking about favorites, I guess mint chocolate chip has to fall off because the other 2, if I go get a cone, it's gonna be a double dip with Rocky Road and strawberry ice cream.
Okay. So
Both, but I don't know, man. It's hard. It's really
The
hard.
only reason I say strawberry is because those strawberry mixes at Brahms. I get those just about every time I get ice cream there.
And
yeah.
for me, it's like I really love. And now a shitty strawberry is the one that doesn't have the chunks of frozen strawberry
No,
actually in the
exactly.
strawberry.
That's
Because
what they
that
do at
piece right
Brahms.
there is so great. I can fully understand what David means by like how you're feeling emotionally whenever you're getting ice cream. Because for me, it's cookies and cream.
When you're sad.
You know me too well. Mint chocolate chip because it brings a smile to my face.
knew it.
And I love Neapolitan ice cream.
Dude,
Neapolitan.
Is that what's all 3 flavors?
Yeah,
Yeah.
chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It rocks my freaking world. Now the problem is that, and I don't want to say I'm going to add myself a 4th, but the strawberry,
But I'm gonna add
but a good,
myself a fourth.
but a good strawberry, I can totally understand in that.
Strawberry, man, it's always so creamy.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
It's just great.
And I know you're talking about like the mixes. They're like basically vanilla,
yeah.
like vanilla with strawberry, the frozen strawberry chunks, like he was talking about. But Brahms is just straight up strawberry ice cream. Is strawberry ice cream with the frozen chunks in it, and it's like the creamiest thing in the world.
It is
dude.
wonderful.
It's unbelievable. It's like mouth
I don't
watering.
think I've ever had that. I
Oh
don't think.
man. It is a.
You need to try it.
It's the definition of a mouth.
I could probably
for sure.
eat like a quart or two of that in one sitting.
I bet I could get through a gallon easy.
Is a quart the little one?
No, that's a pint.
Yeah, the quart is the
gonna
next size. It's like a half gallon, right?
2 pints in a quart?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could eat 2 in one sitting. Easy.
Little math lesson here at the table.
That's like elementary school math that I've completely.
That's like the 8th grade where you're dealing with the triangle pieces that you're putting. Now this and this go together to make you a parallelogram. Great job, guys. Okay, so now you guys have already knocked down to 2. I'm gonna put mine down to 2, and it's definitely gonna be cookies and cream and mint chocolate chip.
Cookies and cream is good.
Cookies and cream is good.
You're 1. Let's go. You get 1. You're dying. And you
cookies
have
and
1.
cream.
Cookies and cream.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to strawberry.
Really?
Then as I'm talking about it,
yeah.
and the way I
was gonna say I don't think.
like the way it's making me feel. Strawberry just like evoking in my body. You know the way to my heart now, folks.
Yeah.
Ship us some ice cream.
Please, we'll gladly take it from you.
We'll take anything from you
Make sure
guys.
Please send us stuff.
If it gets melted on the delivery, though, I will be a little pissed. I'll be like, God damn, I got a melted box.
I feel like that's expected when you're mailing.
Ice cream is never the same refrozen.
No.
It's like ruined.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
it's not.
It's
ice cream is kind of like bread, and where we get the flavor in bread is from all the air pockets in it. And so, like, when ice cream melts, it loses all those air bubbles that are built up in the ice cream, and then it's just slush. It's kind of like a snow cone.
It's just grody.
And no
it's
one
like
likes it.
It's a bad time.
But not a good milkshake, not even a creamy milkshake.
It's like a real poopy milkshake. It's real sad.
And I don't even want to just be like off because like cookies and cream for me really, but mint chocolate chip, man, that reminds me of like summertime.
I've never been a huge fan.
June days. Oh, it's like refreshing,
like
but
mint.
still. Yeah.
Mint is too much for me.
Oh, it's like just enough with the chocolate. It's almost like
I've had some and I've liked
usually
it.
like
I'm just
really,
not a huge fan.
really semi-sweet.
Do you like the Girl Scout cookie Thin Mints?
Oh,
frozen.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
that's what
that's
mint
the only
chocolate chip
way.
is to me, except more creamy, like with like an actual like creamy base to it. I'm just like, oh my god.
That's
Now,
the shit, dude.
Girl Scout cookies is a whole nother conversation.
I was gonna say I can't believe we never got any every time going to BBDs.
I
I've
never
taken
have
twice
cash.
now. Yeah,
man.
no.
I
I mean,
never.
I wonder if they take cards.
They need to start taking my card because I'd be broke.
They got apps for that
Freaking
nowadays.
bankrupt, dude. Sitting
Or
up.
bought in
Girl Scout. What's your
Thin
pick?
Mints.
what?
Thin
Oh, I
Mints?
don't know. I'm not well educated in Girl Scout cookies, honestly.
I'm a huge Samoa's fan.
Is that like the? I don't even
That's
know,
the one with the
like-
chocolate drizzles and coconut
no, I'm
and
thinking of
caramel.
Samoas are really good.
What are
Samoa's
just like
fuck
the
me
almost
up.
plain ones that don't have any chocolate on them?
Are you talking about the peanut butter ones?
Maybe.
Or just like the sugar cookie type.
I don't know. I don't like. I said, I'm not that well educated in them, but
Blech.
they're all
Barrett
they're all
pistachio
really good.
ice cream gets a big down thumb from me. Big down thumb.
I don't think I've ever had pistachio ice cream.
Pistachio it's almost like a savory mint, and it's not good. Pistachio it's like eating creamy.
It's
I love pistachios.
I do
don't
too.
get me wrong.
I do too.
But my problem is with the whole pistachio thing is I always have the back view of eating pistachio nuts, and they're a bitch to fucking open up. If you ever get the one that doesn't have the easy pry off shell, and you're like, and then it's everywhere, and you're like, oh my god.
Why would you even get something like that?
I just wanted a nut. Pistachios?
I mean, no,
they're delicious.
I mean, I like pistachios. I'm talking about the ones where you can't open the shell.
Oh, no. Well,
They
it's
come
just
randomly in the bag.
Yeah, you'll just get one that.
I thought you were saying you got a whole bag of those.
Oh. I just like to make my. I like to make my.
Why would you do
that? You know, I think it's like that's why it's the perfect weight loss food. It's not because it's that healthy for you, which they are. They're pretty healthy for you.
No,
but I think it's
I'm
because
right
they're
here
such a
with you.
pain in the ass to eat
that you can't.
that you can't eat like hundreds. So you're just
you
like,
serious?
I
You
fucking
really
give up
think
on
that?
this. I 100% think so.
Speaking of nuts,
100%.
The
Difficulty
price
to
of
eat?
nuts is ridiculous. Cashews, I love cashews.
It's
They're
like
my favorite.
$8 for a quart.
If not
Really?
more.
They're expensive as hell.
Definitely agree with you, Jace.
I
Pistachio
agree.
is not meant to
It's
be in
not
ice.
supposed to be an ice cream, man. It's not. It's wrong. You're breaking the flow of nature.
I've never had it, but I'm up to try it. I wish we had some.
We should definitely get some on the show sometime.
We can get some pistachio ice cream for Caden to try because I've had plenty of experiences.
I've had experience, but I mean, I'll try it on the show just for the shits and giggles.
It's just gonna be me.
Okay,
you're not allowed to.
I'll get him a trash can ready. Can we get some anchovy ice cream on here? Something a little bit crazy.
That would just be,
I'll try it.
That would just be like vanilla ice cream with anchovies in it.
I'll try it.
Have you ever had anchovies?
No. I'll try them.
Yeah,
okay,
bring it out.
This is coming from a guy who eats sardines and pickled herring like out of a can. You've seen it happen.
He does, and he likes to get the ones that have they're like Dijon mustard spread in them, and they smell like something died in the house. They smell horrifying.
I love those, but
he gets some saltines and some sardines
and a little bit of cheese, a little cheddar cheese and mustard.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now, anchovies are the grossest thing I've ever had in my life, and I put them on pizza. I've tried them. They are just like a salty and extremely fishy flavor that's just not good. You're just like, I'm eating something bad right now.
Yeah, they taste rancid. They are horrible.
But I've talked to plenty of old people, them blue hairs out there, and they love it.
And I think that's growing up in the Depression, dude, when there wasn't jack shit else to eat.
Yep.
And you gotta sit there and it was eat anchovies or don't eat till tomorrow because that's part of your rations. And
you think it wouldn't bring back good times.
Well, but the thing is, if that's what you've grown up on, it might not bring back good times. But when that's all you have to eat, you probably start to develop a taste where it doesn't taste bad anymore, and it might.
Well, and you can get
everybody
good
likes
anchovies.
To
the only
kid,
anchovies I've had were cheaper ones that weren't like as high quality as you can possibly get, which I'm sure plays a role, especially in canned meats.
High quality.
When I try and get sardines, I try and get the most expensive sardines, and not that the cash value of something always matters in the quality of it, but at least when I look at canned goods, that's why we eat Progresso soup instead of the Great Value. There's a little bit of a difference in there.
Yeah.
Campbell's.
For sure, especially in canned stuff. Yeah, I can't eat Campbell's. I'm glad that we're all Progresso people because
Campbell's just tastes cheap, honestly.
And it's kind of got like the meat in it is always odd. Like I wonder if
it's just too salty too.
That's how you hide the taste, dude.
Exactly.
Pour the salt in,
exactly,
and then when it's really salty, you're just like, well, it's pretty salty. Tastes like salt.
Yeah.
I'm over here. I am salty dalty, and I
like broth.
Can't even do that. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that's the thing I hate about canned soup. It's all broth.
Yeah.
There's like barely any actual
substance to the soup.
Excuse me. Any actual
thinking about that Campbell's.
Like vegetables. Or is the beer getting me burping? And vegetables, meat, and there is, but it's like this much of a can, this big. And it's just disappointing every time. But I had some bacon soup right before we got started. And I poured it out, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of broth. Wow, that's a lot of broth. Well, oh, there were the 3 pieces of chicken and the 1 piece of bacon and creamy potato and cheddar bacon soup.
Wonderful.
It's a sad life.
It tasted great. But I just drank broth. You can ask them. I literally drank the soup.
You even had it in those weird blue bowls we have. You have to get it all the way on the edge. You definitely have to sip it. If you try and spoon it, it's literally like spilling all over you the entire time.
It gave us the idea for Sounds with Dave.
Yeah.
You get to listen to me obnoxiously eat food.
Give you a few.
Some of the ideas we have for the channel. I hope you guys like that one.
I'm sure we're entertaining, right? We're clever and stuff. We're clever and stuff.
Stuff.
Sean Connery. I can't do a Sean Connery impression.
I don't think anybody can.
I've heard some good Sean Connery impressions.
Who's that again?
All right. Have you seen Hunt for Red October?
No.
Have you seen the new 007s?
No.
Like Casino Royale?
I don't think so.
Okay, are you going to point to the old 007s? Because I doubt he's seen those if he hasn't seen Hunt for Red October.
No, I'm talking about Casino Royale.
Oh, Sean Connery in it?
Yeah, he's 007. He's James Bond.
No.
No. My phone.
Sean Connery did the 007s in the 1960s, dude. He was the original 007. You're thinking of Daniel.
You're totally right.
David.
Hunt for Red October, yes, you're totally right.
Sean Connery did the 007s in the 1960s, and he was a badass.
He did Goldfinger.
He did see a picture then. If you
he did the Kick-Ass. He was also in the newest. No, I'm sorry, I forgot there was the Indiana Jones we don't like to speak of. He was a Kick-Ass 007.
Oh, I think you're saying he was in Kick-Ass.
I don't think so.
That
was Nick Cage
Yeah.
and what's her name? Chloe Grace Moretz. They were both really good in that. She was like 13 or something.
Honestly.
She
Yeah,
was
but that
a
was a good movie.
If you've seen the Last Crusade, Indiana Jones.
I don't know.
God
I
damn
know
it,
I've seen
Caden.
one of them.
Daniel
yes,
Craig.
Yes, I know
you,
it's
Caden.
Daniel Craig. Yes.
Thank you. That's what his name was. My aunt thinks he's like the hottest man to ever walk the planet.
Yeah, I know who that is because
Yeah,
he's smoking.
Woo! In those little briefs that they always like to do as the freaking picture. His little swim trunks that are like,
dude, he's James Bond.
They're very European.
We all continue. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Major apologies.
But yeah, I was gonna say, have you ever played the game on? There was a James Bond game like on the PS1. I don't even remember what it was called.
Was it Goldeneye?
Maybe.
I think it was Goldeneye.
Was that on PS1?
I think that was the one on PS1.
Wow, I played that.
I think so.
That game was so much fun, honestly.
Really?
I just remember the opening scene before you press start to enter. It was just like I can just see it in my head every time.
I think the 007 game I played the most was on PS2. And it was 007 Nightfire.
Never played that.
And they used Pierce Brosnan actually as the model and the voice actor, which you know who Pierce Brosnan is. Damn it! Have you seen Mamma Mia?
No.
Damn it! Not the actual musical, but like the production, the movie production of Mamma Mia.
Never saw it.
I can't really think of what else he was in. He was a major UK Goldeneye. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, Goldeneye.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goldeneye. That was the one on the PS1. Cool. I played that one on Nintendo 64 a lot.
I played.
Badass.
My favorite game on Nintendo 64 was Perfect Dark Zero. Did you ever play that?
No.
I know there was a remake on the Xbox 360, but the one I'd always just do Free for All or something, and it was almost like a Halo where you walk around and pick up guns and stuff. But it was just so much fun as a kid. I don't know. Those games are really nostalgic for me. Where'd you go?
I had to pee really bad. I'm talking I thought I was about to explode the entire time. And I do apologize for that because that is not something I definitely want to do at all during any more podcasts. But
it's all right.
It was an emergency to the fact that I just had to go.
It happens.
That's fine. Nintendo 64, Barrett. That was my shit, man.
Yes, Goldeneye.
Goldeneye.
Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely right up there with Ocarina of Time. It's the greatest 64 games of all time.
Ocarina of Time was good shit.
And Pokemon Stadium. Did you ever play
Pokemon Stadium was fun.
Oh man, I love
Pokemon
that game.
Snapshot.
I think it's just Snap.
I think it was Pokemon Snap, but
it was super fucking fun.
I never played that. I played it once. I was just
I thought it was pretty cool. It was definitely really interesting.
More.
I don't know. It was it's more so just to get to see the Pokemon in their habitat stuff. It was cool at the time. I don't know if I'd enjoy it very much now because the whole idea you're literally sitting in the cart hitting the A button or whatever when the Pokemon.
I think the idea was that you could print off the pictures you took too or something.
Yeah,
I think they released something with the game.
Yeah,
I don't really remember.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
You had to get certain foods or whatnot to throw at certain objects to get the legendary creatures to come out.
I played Pokemon, but I didn't follow anything like I followed Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid.
Really?
I had a motherfucking battle
Yu-Gi-Oh
arm.
kid?
I had a fucking battle arm.
I liked Yu-Gi-Oh.
I would kick people's ass, man. It's time to Hell yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was my shit.
Yu-Gi-Oh was cool. I was into Yu-Gi-Oh too. I had a bunch of cards, but I never did you go to tournaments at Vintage Stock or something? Did you ever do that? I remember going to Vintage Stock and there was a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament there, and I was so enthralled. I was like, this is interesting.
I got in trouble as a kid, and my mom is very, very conservative Christian, and I don't know if she even realized what she was buying previously, but she started looking, and I think I was watching the cartoon or something, and they talked about Yugi
summoning demons,
getting his soul taken, and they were summoning demons in the same episode, because getting his soul taken made her, if I remember correctly, go, what? And sit down. And then, of course, and I'm thinking, I remember being 8 or 9, just being no, no, this is the end. Well, I couldn't now, man. Because she knew I watched it all the time.
She liked Yu-Gi-Oh.
And then she was like, what is this? And then it's time for me to summon. And it was some demonic ass thing. And I was just and then all my cards went in the trash.
Oh, are you serious?
Damn.
Every single one of them.
She didn't let you resell them or something?
No,
that would have been
the
smart.
Trash. No, it was gone.
That was Satan speaking.
Yep, and that's when Pokemon went away too.
Yeah.
Because of
Evolution. Yeah, I remember that being a big thing at Victory.
So dumb.
The Christian school I went to.
It's so dumb. What? I could go on. It like,
I'm glad
man.
that
It
I was
like
a
hurt
public
me.
school kid the entire way through.
It hurt me at my core to lose my Yu-Gi-Oh card.
I bet.
I was like, because then I get to school, and I went to a Christian fucking school, mind you. Get to school, and everybody else is dueling, and I'm just like, I can't play anymore. And I was the best.
Did you ever have Mighty Beans?
I was yes.
I had
Those
Mighty
were
Beans.
awesome.
Those were a hit
are
at Victory.
cool as shit.
Mighty Beans were dope.
I liked Mighty Beans too. I think I remember asking that in our group text, and I remember everyone was shitting on me for it.
Mighty
but
Beans were dope.
I had
Did
like a big carrying case. Like, Mighty Bean.
Hell yeah.
It was
dude.
awesome.
Did you ever do Tech Decks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Barrett. The dueling device. That's the battle arm, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. And it had you could like lay out your plan basically for the mat. Yes.
I think I had like a mat where like you could like lay your cards
the board
on and
basically.
stuff. Yeah.
Strategy card. Oh my
Yeah.
God. That was my shit.
With the graveyard.
Yeah. I don't know how I didn't ever get into Magic the Gathering, but I'm very glad.
I had some friends
'Cause
that were into
that's the
that,
same
and
thing.
that's just an investment.
It's literally
That's like almost pay to win.
thousands of dollars to be
Yeah.
It is. It's basically pay
Yeah.
to win, like the definition of microtransactions.
Yeah.
Except you can't even just buy the stuff to win. You just have to get
You have to buy a bunch of
lucky.
packs. Yeah.
Unless you want to go pay like $3,000 literally
Yeah.
for a
For
card.
single cards.
Like, and that's how you get good. But
Yeah.
why
I had
would
some
you?
friends into that, and it was honestly, like it was
No,
cool.
it's definitely
Yeah.
cool, but like,
I think if we're gonna do anything like that, we should just do like Dungeons and Dragons.
well, that is in the
D&D
works,
would
dude.
definitely be a
That
way I'd
would,
love to go. I could definitely get into some D&D.
I've been trying. It's just hard because you have to have a group
yeah,
of people
no, it's definitely.
that can commit to a consistent showing.
But I think that's a better investment than.
I do too.
Yeah, exactly.
I absolutely do, and like that's the thing is D&D usually is not like one night. It's like
Yeah.
you get
6
only
months.
so
I'm a
far.
level 5 elf.
Exactly, and that's where that came
Yeah,
from. Is it's like
Level
I'm
7
I'm a
warlock.
level 4 dark shaman. I'm a druid, and we're making fun of it because that's just the
stereotypical,
but like
we would-
weird serious.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That's
In that I could totally
Exactly, though.
nerd the fuck out to some D&D. I would love every second of it.
It would be fun.
I think I could be a dungeon master. Oh, I would be
Yeah,
a ruthless dungeon master.
Pull out the rule book.
Exactly. I was like, I don't even know what it. Like,
If you guys
consists
check,
of,
it's
like,
Article
gaming.
74,
Exactly.
Section B. We have to roll the dice 6 times. Whoever wins, the best out of 6, gets to move forward 7 spaces.
I don't know, maybe.
There's no moving forward. 7
No, it would be more like
But that's fairly accurate.
it would be more like whoever wins the duel of the roll defeats the other in battle.
Well, that's D&D. Usually, you're working as like a collective, attempting to accomplish a quest, main quest that you like. I don't know. It's very complex, but it basically be like the dungeon master would be like, so as you and the troop are walking through the forest, you come across a small gnome sitting against a tree. He's wearing a bright red hat that's about 3 feet tall and nearly twice the size of his body. The gnome looks up and slurs out drunkenly, "Nah, what are you fuckers doing?" How do you proceed? And then you would literally just be like, improv, essentially. It's basically improv.
I want
is
to cast
the
a
thing.
fireball on this guy.
Exactly. Or somebody who's like a rogue could be like, well, I'm going to try and sneak up behind him and check what's in his pockets. Roll the dice. Did you succeed? Yes, no, blah, blah, blah.
Sounds like fun.
Or I'm a bard. I'm going to try and talk to him and convince him to do
Sing to
such
my
and
friends.
such. Exactly. So it's like literally improv, but with like rules
Characters
and
and-
like
yeah.
you have to really role play. That's the thing. Role playing. D&D is what spawned role playing games, like RPGs. D&D was the first.
I didn't know that.
Tabletop, yeah.
That makes sense.
Back in the late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah, they're talking about that on Freaks and Geeks. It was like my first
Oh, such a good show.
becoming of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why RPGs were considered so nerdy for
Yeah,
so long.
that makes
because it was
sense.
associated with the people sitting in their rooms
Yeah.
wearing wizard hats and stuff like that. I'm just glad that's gone now because
It's just.
if it's fun,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
it's just totally
I think
different
what really,
now
like,
too.
opened it up is, I mean, at least the
Video
game
games.
that I look at
Definitely, yeah.
is World of Warcraft. That's like one of like the big
And
games.
That was still
was-
and
considered
even
like
that
nerdy,
was
though.
considered
Yeah.
nerdy.
No,
as
for
fuck.
sure, but that game's fucking awesome.
It's pretty cool.
I think like Call of Duty is like in Halo, like games like that.
Those
aren't role playing games.
Well, but they opened the door to get people
Yeah.
who considered video games nerdy to play
exactly.
video games,
Yeah.
and then those same people suddenly they play something, and I mean, I honestly, as much as it makes me sad, Skyrim. They then are like, oh, Skyrim, it's crazy badass. That's an RPG, and then it's really not that far to go from there to something like The Witcher, which is a far more intense
Never played that.
RPG. Even still, most video games don't really have the in-depth role playing.
Yeah.
That's not true. Most console video games don't have that in-depth role playing.
Definitely agree on that.
Not that it's a bad thing, just it's different.
I think the best PC game is probably Backyard Baseball.
I was thinking NFL
Baseball.
Street 2.
That one
with
is
Ricky
that the one with
Williams.
Exhibit?
Yes,
That's the
I
one
had
that had
Ricky
Exhibit.
Williams on the cover
I
of
played
it.
that on PS2.
That game was fucking
GameCube.
crazy. You doing like wall runs
Yeah, that's
on
crazy
things.
how games were released on so many different platforms back then, and now it's like fucking streaming where it's like one console.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Video games are cool, man. They just really like. I don't even know what. Like, they allow you to just like. I don't want to say escape. I think that's too extreme.
Yeah.
But also partially because you can get so enveloped in what you're doing. Not even necessarily in. I'm a level 14 archmage, but you can just get so enraptured in what you're doing that
Because it's just a lot of like it's a lot of stimulus.
exactly,
Too, yeah.
and it takes away your thoughts from like your normal thoughts to where you're fully focused on what you're seeing.
Bear's gonna be playing through The Witcher on PC as
Oh,
of yesterday.
wait.
That's cool.
But which one though? The first Witcher, the second Witcher, or the third Witcher?
Yeah, it's the Backyard series.
Pablo and Pete were definitely OP.
That matters.
Pablo Sanchez.
I
Yeah.
haven't actually played The Witcher 3. I played the first and second
His
one.
base stealing, running, and hitting and catching were all at least 4.5
Every
plus.
Backyard game, dude, Pablo Sanchez was the shit. Every one of them. I don't know what it is. He was a little short Mexican kid, but
Dude,
he had the highest stats.
The fucking heart.
Well, don't you know that?
He's like Rudy.
No.
He's
Baseball
like
is the sport of Dominicans and all.
But I'm saying in every
Mexicans
game,
and
though.
Latin Americans.
That's actually
all
very
around
true.
the world. Latin America.
Even in backyard football, I feel like he was really good. Maybe not though. I could be wrong.
No, I feel like it was a black kid in backyard football.
Enjoy The Witcher 3.
I said backyard football. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
My friend.
You're gonna do your whispering.
I'm just doing an aside
Testing.
to Barrett here. We're having like a sidebar while you two are talking about Pablo and Pete.
Dude, the backyard games were so much fun.
Most
Yeah, they
definitely.
were.
I had it even on
Backyard wrestling.
Game Boy
They had
Color.
like backyard hockey.
Backyard wrestling was actually just
I never
violent
played
and
that.
terrifying in that you could like beat the fuck out of each
Do you
other.
guys remember
Like baseball bat, like
Do you guys
slam
remember
into the fence.
Celebrity Deathmatch?
The show.
The claymation
yes,
show?
on
Yes.
like Adult Swim or something.
That shit was crazy. I remember sitting in my room and I'd have to sit like this far from my TV because my mom wouldn't let me watch
Yeah.
it. And she'd come in and
I was gonna say, I remember like I would like it was when I would stay up real late as a kid, and I remember it'd always be on. And I would just be like, "What is this?" And I remember it. The only reason I started watching it because it was like Chris Brown versus Trey Songz.
Yeah,
and I was
you're
like,
like,
"What?"
You're like, what?
Yeah. And then I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god." But yeah, that was
Dude,
they did
Celebrity
a lot of fun
Deathmatch
stuff.
was crazy.
It was like, what was that little web show?
Robot Chicken.
No, it was the really violent one with like the happy
no
tree friends.
backyardigans.
Yes.
It was kind of
And
like
then they made it into an actual cartoon
oh
on
really
Cartoon Network.
Oh, I
yeah.
had no idea.
They did. And it was still really
I
violent.
was yeah compared to gore. That's like
Well,
that's like
yeah.
what I thought because they were like taking each other's eyeballs out and like just doing like crazy stupid stuff, and I was like, what the heck?
We're talking about the TV show, not the video game.
Yeah, no, but he's
the video
saying
game might be
They
utter
made
shit.
a game of the show.
Well, I can imagine it'd be utter shit. The TV show was already in claymation. So,
One of
like,
the
why
worst
not
of
just
all.
play WWE if you're going to be playing a game of that sort of...
I mean, I'd be
Those
interested
games
in
are
that.
actually fucking fun.
WWE games?
played a
Yeah,
few.
they are super fun.
Getting to create your freaking wrestler and then do like the franchise mode and like or even franchise mode where you would like control the networks.
Do you
Oh,
remember
yeah.
the
And you
Big
could
Show
pick Raw and
and The
dude.
Undertaker?
Yeah,
Those guys were fucking... And Kane, he wore that fucking mask.
until he didn't, and then he was a burnt, ugly ass dude.
And then he did that movie, See No Evil.
I do not remember that.
I
but
wasn't big into
believe you.
wrestling. Never got into it.
China, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I always think about Stone Cold Steve Austin saying he used to get on the ropes and they would throw beer cans down. He'd catch
Oh,
one
I have seen
and
like
like
videos
shark
of
gun
that.
it. Now I'm thinking back.
Gun it.
God damn.
That sounds horrible.
Shark gun.
Come here, baby. Let me give you this shark gun.
Hashtag shark gun.
Now looking back at it,
shark
I'm always thinking, holy shit, that sounds very dangerous. Full beer
Imagine
cans
being that guy
launched
throwing
at you.
it.
Yeah.
I wonder how much they paid him to do that.
I mean, that was just fans in the crowd throwing their beers that they had
Yeah,
bought.
they just
Really?
throw shit at
Yes.
And he would just
619. Yeah, dude. Rey Mysterio was the shit.
Dude,
Always
they were doing
swinging
some
around
crazy ass shit, like barbed wire matches.
Who was it that the Undertaker choke slammed somebody off of the top of Hell in a Cell one time in like 2002? I don't think it was Triple H. No, it was
Shawn Michaels.
No, but he choke slammed somebody and they fell 18 feet off Hell in a Cell. And that's the thing about WWE, man, is you can say that it's fake all day long, and it is. It's scripted. Mm-hmm. But them falling off the shit and jumping off the ropes, you can't fucking fake
definitely.
that. And yeah, they pull the punches, definitely. But when you jump off of fucking ropes and hit someone with a chair, you can only pull that shit so much. You can slap with a damn chair. Like,
exactly,
you're getting boned. And, like, so that's what I'm saying. He fell 18 feet and broke his back.
Obviously, they're not trying to kill each other.
Right.
But they're definitely still getting hit by chairs
actors.
And falling on tables.
But honestly, it might be more impressive than real wrestling. First off, because of the peak physical condition they're in. And they're like actors. They're like getting up there.
Of course, Dalton was.
Of course, you don't
in.
think so, but I guarantee you, a lot of those those. First off, Stone Cold Steve Austin was a real wrestler, and he has said that WWE was 4 to 5 times.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was not a real wrestler.
Sorry, Brock Lesnar is who I'm thinking.
Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar said on an interview that WWE was harder than the UFC.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was in the UFC too.
He said it was harder to do WWE than it was to do UFC.
As far as maybe having to choreograph things and make sure things are set up.
No.
They actually shoot those matches prior to actually doing the live showing of them.
Okay, but even
so like they're
still,
actually like actors in the sense that they actually have to try and get ready for the actual show.
But you didn't take away from what I just said in that.
No, I
when
totally,
you're jumping off of freaking ropes and you're getting hit in the head with the chair.
I totally agree.
That's only so scripted.
That like there are things that are only so scripted. And you're still feeling things. But as far as like actual wrestling compares to WWE, I would still say actual wrestling is more tough in the sense that
you haven't been in it.
The injuries that you face due to it are going to be more.
I'm sorry, you're never getting dropped 18 feet off a cell in real wrestling. When there's a referee immediately stopping stuff. In the WWE,
but that happens every once in a while.
They do have chair matches and things like that.
But those are also, they're fake like studio chairs. They're not real steel chairs.
Right, it's not a steel chair, but I guarantee it still weighs 20 to 30 pounds, and let me hit you in the head with a 20 to 30 pound aluminum chair.
Agreed, but like they're practicing and like knowing how to actually take that
exactly, and that is far more difficult than wrestling, to be able to do that properly. And the thing is, neither of us have been in it, and someone who was a national champion wrestler.
We're getting one guy. I'd like to look at what Kurt Angle.
Brock Lesnar was a national champion wrestler who also did WWE then was in the UFC and won a belt.
Yeah, he kicked ass.
And he said the WWE is harder than other two combined.
Just a big dude.
I'm not.
And if Brock Lesnar thinks so, I don't think our opinion really is.
I'm not saying that Brock Lesnar's opinion is not correct, but I'd also like to look at another wrestler who went to WWE who was successful. Kurt Angle. He was a gold medalist in the world, and I'd like to see what his opinion on was it before
I would love to find it if we can find it later, and we might get back to that next time.
We'll probably talk about it next week.
I just know Brock Lesnar was a national champion wrestler, fought in the UFC, and was a WWE star, and he said that WWE was the hardest of all three. So
when did he say that though?
In an interview. I don't know. It was like right after he joined the UFC.
It's
and then right after
it's something that I'll have to take his word for.
We'll have to bring this back around, and we'll briefly mention it in the next.
We'll definitely talk about it next.
We'll keep it very brief in the next one.
We'll find a solution for you
guys.
We'll
put a peg in it. We'll put a peg in it.
Until then, I think we should. Talk about what's been the major thing in the last 2 weeks that we've been gone.
Yeah.
As far as music goes, at least, so we can at least be changing on. We've talked about a lot of different stuff tonight.
Random shit.
Yeah, we've gone from ice cream to WWE wrestling, and I love it.
We talked about video games in there too.
Yeah.
Video games. No, most definitely. But I think a major thing that's happened would be we've had 2 major albums drop in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Both by Future. Not saying that other stuff hadn't come out, because Thundercat album, I actually listened to that today.
That's good.
It's crazy, but it's very good. But I would say those would be the major thing that's happened as far as like popular media would go.
That's true.
Stormzy's album.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
I thought it was good. I didn't enjoy it too much, particularly. Mm-hmm. It didn't really have the grime feel I was looking for.
And like the grime tracks just weren't as like
hard.
Yeah,
like,
just grimy.
Even like that Power Up, that Chip album,
mm-hmm.
it has a really reggae feel to it. Mm-hmm. And even it was, I felt,
Chip's dope.
Which that doesn't. It's not that it's bad because it wasn't grime. He's just a grime artist, and so like it just didn't have the feeling that I was looking for or hoping for really in the release. And
I don't know, with the title like Gang Signs and
Prayers, yeah. I think he was trying to do more like a UK style.
I feel like
he was like, or something.
I feel like it was more chants than.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely.
I guess with the gospel sound
exactly.
for sure. He just doesn't have. The reason I say Kendrick
voice.
is he has a lot more traditional like flow and lyrics as opposed to Chance, who's all about the like the weird ass like. You know what I mean? That's just mine. That's why I felt more.
I can see that.
And I'm not trying to say it was to Pimp a Butterfly status. I just that's what I felt like he was going for.
Nearly, no.
I'm not saying that it was close. That's just what it felt like he was trying to.
More of like an old school hip hop head.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what I felt. It was all right.
I can't put too much input on it because I have not listened to that Stormzy album yet.
Future albums, then. What'd you like? What'd you dislike?
Yeah, what'd you like? Which one did you like more?
Hendrix.
I like Hendrix.
Yeah, I think that's been the consensus of everybody.
And it probably honestly comes from it's different, and I really appreciate what he's trying to do, and the fact that he's trying to change the way that he's come off, because I feel like the Future self-titled album was kind of like me and Caden talked about a little earlier before. It's what we imagine Future to be, a trap album.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a couple bangers on it, and like not to say that I don't like it, because there's probably 4 or 5 songs that I love on that album. But I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, Draco is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm So Groovy, Mask Off. I like Scrape. I like Rent Money. But Hendrix to me was something new and something that he was not necessarily uncomfortable in, but I wouldn't say a comfortable area of music that he was trying to do. And I think he did a really good job of conveying his message in that. And I thought the production value of it was phenomenal.
I felt like it had a really strong R&B sound to it, and like he even sang in quite a few points. And
That's definitely what he was going for.
It was very cool, and like you said, I think not him stepping out of his comfort zone and just being experimental, but he still like kept it. If I felt to like his roots with that Future sound, but expanding almost. I thought it was really cool.
No, I really liked it too. I really liked, like I said, Hendrix a lot more than Future. Just because I feel like Future, like, it's just the self-titled album got almost repetitive, kind of like what other people were saying. But I was still able to sit through it, and I really liked, I don't know, his albums are also just 17 songs. It's just like
that's a lot.
Too much of Future, honestly.
It's a lot.
Just for like the type of sound that he has, it just like I said, it gets repetitive and stale.
A lot of filler.
And like you guys said, he got like more experimental on Hendrix, which I guess made it more easier to sit through. And so I feel like that's why I kind of gave off a better impression.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Incredible from Hendrix is like one of my favorite Future songs now. I feel like it's one of like the best ones he's ever done.
Is that the one that I was talking about? I feel like it had like a very similar beat to Work.
Yes.
Starts off.
Yeah, that could explain it too. I really like Work by Rihanna. So.
It definitely has the original like beat sound to it like really reminds me of Work, but I'm with you. Like it's fantastic. I would say my favorite song on the album would have to be Damage.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that song, but it is
a cool beat.
And like the way like the hook like transitions, it always gets me like I'm just like, oh my god, yes, hell yeah.
A lot of good songs on that one.
And it was kind of funny because I was talking about first track on the album, My Collection, and you were saying it kind of gives you like a fratty vibe to it.
It does.
Explain that to me.
I don't get it either. I want
to.
I understand.
He's talking about how when he has sex with women, they're a part of his collection.
Yeah.
Right, but fratty, I feel like that's like the basis of rap music is banging women. and
adding them to your collection.
I feel
when
like
has that ever?
I feel like a lot of rappers make
more like I've had sex with your girl, but it's never like
I feel
she's
like they're
part
not
of my
nearly
list.
as direct, but I definitely think I can't off the top of my head, but I bet if we did some looking, that's a very common theme in rap and music is like.
I mean,
just
you can say if we
bitches.
did some looking,
Okay.
but I listen to
even-
rap music all the time, and I can.
Right, but I like
That
if
even-
frat music, if you take away like.
I'm not saying it's a
gangbanging,
frat.
I feel like frat boys and gang and rappers like perfectly in terms of their values and what they, and not that there's anything wrong with any of it. It's just frat boys and rappers, dude, they are stereotypes for the same exact shit, just in different ways. Women, cool ass, expensive clothes, and big car.
Cool.
See,
Yeah,
the way
I don't think frat people wear cool clothes.
The way-
But they think they do.
But I
Vineyard
think
Vines, Polo Ralph
rappers
Lauren.
do wear cool clothes, though.
But but that's your opinion on subjectiveness. In their eyes, frat boys wear cool clothes, and I would argue a lot of rappers wear dumbass shit.
But I
Shit.
think rappers specifically make fashion brands famous, and that's why fashion brands use them as models, is because they're
Most
wearing
definitely.
cool clothes. And I feel like it's because of their influence on the clothes that they're wearing.
Wearing cool
Because
clothes.
people
The
like
but
the
the
clothes that
reason-
they're wearing.
the
reason they
Frat
use them as
kids
models-
literally get made fun of for the clothes they
the
wear.
reason they
Well,
use them as
let's go on,
models is
Tom.
because of their influence.
Exactly,
For sure.
though. Because
Right,
they already
but
wear cool shit. And
the way
people are
I
like, he
even
wears
thought-
cool shit. And that's why people like Virgil.
Dude,
from,
half of the shit Young Thug wears, he wore a goddamn dress.
and
That's
he is
just
also
not-
an actual
it's not-
fashion designer.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. They pick them because of their influence, which frat boys don't get famous. That's not, but in terms of what they're stereotypically associated with, it's the same thing, just different viewpoints. Clothes, cars, women. You could literally transition those to all three.
It
and
doesn't
now
mean
it's
they have the
fair.
same morals or anything like that. I mean, obviously, I guess you make the connection with Future.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Most rappers they rap about those three things, and most frat boys the things that you would say.
Okay.
Drinking. I don't
The
know.
way-
I feel like the jump in terms of saying it's too fratty is
the way
just
I'm
all rap music.
The way I more
don't-
took
I
as
don't
your
think that.
term as
They
the
just make
song
it
seemed
hard.
fratty to me was the way I took it was. As far as songs go on that album, I feel as though My Collection seems like the most accessible to where a lot of people are going to really enjoy that song and say it's going to be their favorite song on the album. I think he made it that way for a reason. I enjoy the... Sorry, I swallowed a little bit of beer, like inhaled it, and I
That's the
actually
worst.
swallowed it.
That's the worst.
The way I look at that song, whenever I listen to it, it just seems like right off the bat that is like the single of the album, and that if anyone listens to the album, that is the one song they're always going to talk about as if, oh yeah, I know that song off the album. And I feel as though when we talk about it 6 months from now, the majority, the 90% of people out there, they're going to say, oh yeah, I really like My Collection, blah, blah, blah. And that's what I'm going to hear from every single person I talk to about the Hendrix album. Not the
Why do you
6
think
other
that?
songs that are great in it. Why?
Yeah, what are you basing that off of?
I look at just from the few people I've talked to who've listened to the album, besides us, who actually I feel like at least analyze music a little bit more intently and don't just listen to like what sounds the most appealing. Because to me, every time I listen to that song, I'm like, wow, this is really like a very, very well produced. The beat on it's super clean. It has a nice melody to it all the way through. It's the first song that I was able to actually sing to.
It's the first song on the album.
No, agreed. But every time I listen to the album, I listen all the way through. I don't just go back to one song over and over and over again. I like to listen to it all the way through. And that was the first one that was catchy enough for me to actually remember some of the words to. So that's the way I look at it. When you say fratty, when I think of fratty, I think of like a popular,
I see what you're
like
saying.
a pop sound
Yeah.
to it.
I just thought
I figured
the
it was
whole
about like the when
the
it's
whole
about.
concept, yeah.
I figured it was conceptual.
I just thought it was kind of stalkerish and just
it definitely is
weird.
I mean,
It is
just
a little weird.
Yeah.
I hit you once. You're part of My Collection.
Yeah, that's
Like,
just yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I just think
if I ain't gonna tell the truth, I'd rather say nothing.
What?
It's starting to take a turn right now.
Well, we're coming up on 55 minutes, honestly, boys. We've been all over the spectrum tonight. Thank you, Katie, for your last comment. I agree. And I wasn't trying to say that rappers and frat boys dress similarly. That's I'm just saying in terms of what they value.
Yeah.
They value the same 3 basic things, which is
I feel
women,
like it's
expensive
in a different
shit.
way, though.
Right, in very different ways, but I
definitely.
feel like it's still at the core the same values. They just look at it entirely differently. Clothes, money, and women, pretty much, is what I would say the 3 big things, or what.
No, they look at 3: money, women, and power. Because clothes and money are the same thing. I think that's just a sign
I would say
of...
power and money are the same thing. I would say much more arguably so than clothes in terms of those 3 things. Because when you got hella money, you got
right
power.
into money because you have to have money to buy clothes.
Not
so
really.
like having really expensive clothes is a sign that you have
Dude,
money.
a broke ass rapper from Detroit getting blown up on SoundCloud, getting labels throwing shit at him does not have to have jack shit to get those clothes. People are like, please fucking wear these, please. Because, and that's where it has. I don't think it really has to do with
Gucci
them wearing
doesn't go
cool
over
shit.
and
It's
say,
just
"Hey,
people.
please wear this." I'm saying when they're wearing
No.
like a Gucci shirt
No.
or something like that, that's like a sign like they
What?
have money. They've
Gucci
spent a lot of money on this
absolutely
shit.
does do that, dude. Every big fashion brand reaches out to other huge people and says, "Please wear our fucking clothes."
I'm saying
That's how they keep
huge
the
people
name
most
brand.
definitely, but you literally just made the example of SoundCloud artists.
All right, Gucci. I'm talking about a SoundCloud artist who's blowing the fuck up. First off,
They're not going to get
And
Gucci and
Gucci
Chanel
is
and
not
Prada.
doing
They're
that,
not going to send
but-
shit to them.
I
Alright.
mean, but there are brands like Vlone and other, not Gucci and
Supreme
Chanel, but
even.
yeah,
Like, Supreme
just
does
streetwear
that,
brands,
like,
I guess you could
that
call
are
them, that are
expensive
just
as
almost just
fuck
as big and well known
and
as
hard to get.
Yeah.
And like they're like, please
Exactly.
wear our clothes because it just makes the allure even higher. That's marketing.
Exactly.
That's all it is. And by saying
Definitely.
please wear our shit, a lot of people look to you and what you do. Just wear it. Skin.
God, I hate our friends.
We have the worst friends.
Well,
yeah, okay.
we are starting to hit up
Yeah.
on about an hour right
We
now.
tried to wrap
I'm
it
going
up
to go
and
ahead
got
and just
distracted.
wrap this up, close it out.
Go ahead.
Thank y'all for joining us this week. I'm Dalton.
Before we do actually fully wrap it up, I do want to say if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. Also follow us on social media to stay updated.
At Podcast Weird.
As
Thumbnail.
well as let us know about what you think. You know what I mean? About some of the shit we said. I think
Comments.
All the conversation.
this
yeah.
last little bit is perfect for that. Let us know if you think we're idiots. I'm always down to be told I'm an idiot.
Seriously.
Let me know.
Whatever works.
But with that, I'm just going to sign out. David,
Dalton.
Caden.
thank you guys for watching us.
We're at the
appreciate it.
table.
Y'all have a great week.
We're at the table. All that's going to get smoothed out. Goodbye.
See you next Monday.